Okay, looks like we're starting to get some participants coming in. Hello, folks. I'm Joe Woods. In the meantime, there will be a little bit of a poll for you for the immediate question, the most important question of all: does pineapple belong on a pizza? Give us your thoughts on that, and we'll start with that poll there, and then I will get this kicked off right at 2 o'clock. We're going to let a couple people trickle in. All righty, it is 2 o'clock. We are going to start this thing off. Can we get a reaction on that poll? Did the poll numbers come in yet? Right down the middle almost. I love it, but it looks like never finishes it out. All right, guys, my name is Joe Woods. I'm with Revel Systems. Dan, can you move a slide down for me? I'm one of the speakers today. I'm a mid-market account executive working with emerging brands. We've got Dan Barlow, who's our enterprise sales engineer, and Jimmy First on our product side. So we got a lot of people here that know a lot about pizza, and we're going to hopefully help you walk through why cloud is the place to be. Why now for cloud? Other than it is the next best thing for evolution for point of sale. You know, it used to be where cloud was the new kid on the block, but now cloud is there and it needs to be here in your industry. Right now, a lot of legacy is happening in point of sale for pizza. We would like to change that and get you back to cloud. You can stay on this slides right here. Perfect. Actually, move me one down. We'll go right to the next slide for platform for pizza. Perfect. Thank you. A strong off-premise is table stakes in pizza vertical. So what that means for Revel is it's really very, very important to have this platform built around pizza. All right. You guys are not QSR. You're not TSR. You're pizza. It's very important to Revel and cloud as an industry that we fill this gap that is not there for you guys. Making sure you can do real-time adjustments to your coupons, making sure that you can get your inventory management ready. Handling those crazy pizza orders. People love to go all over the place on pizza. So we want to really make sure that we can handle all of that and make sure your inventory is correct and on point. Next slide, Dan. Streamlining your actual solution in store for operations is always going to be important in the pizza space. Okay. Discounting is also very, very important. With that, we like to make sure that that discounting is nimble. Okay, you want to be able to be on the fly. You want to be able to make these changes and move with the flow. A good example is one of our clients actually has a inclement weather discount. All right, 2-3 inches of snow on the ground. They want to activate that and have 15% off on an incoming store. Great, you can do that. It's very, very important to have that nimbleness and the ability to make these changes, making sure that your operations daily can change with the times. Same thing with even payment processing. We want to make sure that you have the abilities to go through different payment processors, be able to get in there and make changes and really take care of your customers. I actually think Mr. First is going to be taking over on the next slide from here, and I will be back for questions at the end. Please, if you do have questions, make sure to type them in the chat at the bottom, and then we will go ahead and answer and do a Q&A session at the end. Jimmy, why don't you take it away?
Thanks, Joe. As you said, my name is Jimmy First. I'm the product manager over store operations here at Revel Systems. And I want to talk to you about Revel's native fully integrated online ordering solution, Online Ordering XT, or as we call it for short, OXT. OXT offers a full control of off-premise consumer experience, including menu management, real-time updates, and different handoff methods, including curbside pickup. We recognize that this space has exploded in the last 2 years due to COVID, and pizza's always played in this space, but now consumers expect this. So we've made it nimble, as Joe was saying, for your needs. OXT also helps maximize your profits by allowing you as a merchant to keep your data, unlike many of the third-party aggregators out there today. It also removes middleware. It helps you manage your CMR. Can we move on to the next slide, please? So now what about delivery? That's a great question. Revel can handle that easily for you. Revel's Delivery XT, or DXT as we call it, is our native solution for end-to-end delivery management, allowing for you to operate your own in-house fleet of delivery drivers. DXT allows you to stay in constant contact with your customers during the pizza preparation process through sending SMS messages at different stages of production, and customers can track their driver live on our web-based tracking page. And Dan will show you a little bit more of this as we get into the demo, I hope. For driver management, DXT has a functionality where you can assign orders to drivers, estimate delivery times, and track drivers all from one screen. So moving into the pizza enhancements. Here at Revel, we are one back. Thank you, sir. Here at Revel, we are constantly adding new features to our product with the pizza segment in mind. Here are a few of the latest pizza enhancements we've recently released. First off, let's talk about delivery zones. Using a GeoJSON tool, you can create delivery zones that can be assigned service fees as alternative to distance pricing. We also offer radius and zip code delivery options as well. We want to offer the flexibility to you to charge the customer for deliveries as you see fit. Additionally, as Joe said, we recognize that discounts represent a large portion of the pizza business, and getting pricing correct is key to customer satisfaction and your profitability. So with that in mind, we've added 2 new discount structures starting with price floors. This allows you as a merchant to set a price floor on the discount amount for a product, so you are charging them for the product. Said another way, price cannot go below a certain point for a product regardless of the discount applied. The second discount that we created is leveraging a product upcharge. This discount allows for 2 different functions. It allows you to create a mix and match promotion with each menu item having the same price point. Imagine pick 2 for $5 or whatever that may look like for your business. Additionally, it allows merchants the ability to capture upcharges on premium items that are added to the check. So with that said, I'll pass it on to Dan for the demo.
All right, thanks, Jimmy. So I'll get the point of sale pulled up here. Yeah, so I have the point of sale pulled up here. When we're doing pizza, one of the biggest things is delivery, making sure that we're capturing the right information as we're going through the customer journey, making sure we can get the right modifiers on the pizza, make sure we get the pizza exactly how they want it. Also, making sure that we, are clear on, are they in the delivery zone? What delivery zone are they in if we're using multiple zones, and what's that going to cost? So I've got the new order screen on here. You can see I'm already receiving online orders. They automatically flow through, but I'll start a delivery order on here. And then when I go into the delivery orders, the first thing it wants to know is, where are we going to take this pizza? So I'll add a customer to the order. We can also look up the customer by name. We can look them up by phone number. And we also tie into caller ID. So if we have a customer that is calling in, we can see their order history. You can see Dan Barlow's visited 2 times this week, what his total payments are. We can also go back and we can view his past orders if we want to see and reorder potentially an order that he's already had. So in this case, I'll reorder that item. I'll see that thin crust, medium, build your own, beef, an extra cheese. Maybe if I wanted to tweak that, I can still tweak that. I can go in, I can hit edit and go into the modifiers. One of the key things to pizza is, there's lots of size and crust combinations that you can have. Also lots of modifier combinations. So you can see on here, I've got this meat pizza with beef, extra sauce, normal cheese. If I wanted on half of it to have mushrooms, I can also go and select at the bottom of the screen, we have first half, and then I can select mushroom, add that to the order. And now you can see it's going to show thin crust, medium, build your own, beef, extra sauce, first half mushroom. It's one of the things that we do that's really important as I've walked through many pizza kitchens is making sure that we're printing off the modifiers on the order exactly as the staff needs to assemble the pizza properly. So that could be What is your crust? What is your sauce? What is your cheese situation? All right, first half, second half. What are the normal toppings that are going to go across? So we can choose that when we're printing off the modifiers, that they're printing off in a very specific order to help you accomplish that. So that's one item that I modified as opposed to starting from new, but in this case, I'll go and I'll hit a build your own pizza. You can see on here, now this is where I'm talking about where we've got that crust and size combination. So from one button, I can have 20, 30, 40 different crust and size combinations and then filter that out. So you can see if I've got gluten-free, I'm only going to be carrying that in the small, but my original round, I've got that from junior, small, medium, large, extra large. So I'll do an extra large on here, and then we can see that's where I go into the modifiers that are specific to that crust and size, so that we're charging the right amount, so that we're decrementing the right amount of inventory and getting the best situation for profitability. You can see we've got whole first half and second half. That means we do splits first half and second half. We don't go down to quarters. I know that there's a couple French scenarios out there where people still do that, but half and half supported. The other thing that we hear a lot in the industry is, great, we want half and half, but we want half and half of our specialty pizzas. So that's something that we can also do here. So I've got my split specialty pizza. You can see I've got common modifiers, so original, pan, skinny. I can only have one crust that really applies to each of these. So I'll do an original pizza. I'm one of the 53%, I believe it was, that was okay with pineapple on pizza. So I'll select a pineapple pizza. You can see the default modifiers already on here. So you can see it's got zesty red sauce, it's got bacon, it's got hams, it's got onions, Roma tomatoes. If I wanted to remove onions, all I have to do is deselect onions, or if I want to add them back, tap them again. And if I want extra onions, I can actually long press and figure out, I want 3 orders of onions on that, build up that modifiers and charge appropriately. If I want the next pizza to be a vegetarian pizza, I can do that. I can see the vegetables on there, and then we'll add roasted garlic as well. Hit add to order. And then you can see now we're getting into a relatively complex pizza, but it's exactly what the customer wants. So it's a split specialty pizza. If you've got crust and sauce that need to be common, those will show up first. And then it'll also say split 1, Hawaiian luau, split 2, gourmet veggie. The other thing that we also see a lot in pizza is dinner combinations, right? So I want them to get breadsticks, wings, and pizzas. So we can build those out as combos, or we can build those out as coupons. Doing it as a combo is a nice way to have that guided user experience so that your employees know what to prompt for next. So what appetizer would you like? Well, I'm not sure yet. So I'll go into adding that Hawaiian pizza. I'm just really upsetting 47% of you here. And then I'll add, my 2 pizzas that I have on here. I've got my soda selected. I'll do my Caesar salad. If I need to go back and modify that and go from Caesar dressing to Italian dressing, I can. And then I'll add boneless wings and add that to the order. So lots of capabilities. The big thing is we're taking this beautifully simple food and complicating it as a society by doing half pizzas and specialties, but that's something that we need to do because that's what customers are asking for. The other thing that we find customers want is they want discounts, they want coupons. So that can be accomplished in many different ways. We can have automatically applying discounts. We can have, if you are doing a pickup order, it can automatically apply a pickup discount to that order. If you're doing a delivery order, maybe you're not giving away those discounts, but if they select an item and we need to go and discount that individual item, we've got a $1 off an item coupon on here. We can scan coupons, we can look them up by barcode, or we can go through and select them through the user interface, whichever way we want to do that to get the pricing just right. So we'll make that a delivery order again. And when I hit send and I go and pay, you can see on here that delivery order, we've got zone 1. So zone 1, you can set as many different zones up as you want. You can draw a radius or a squiggly area, or circle out around a neighborhood of the areas that you want to deliver, or circle out the areas that you don't want to deliver to. Maybe there's a gated community that takes a little bit too long to get in and out of. You can get very selective about that and then choose the right amount per zone. So maybe you're in a small town and there are people that want your pizza delivered, but they're far away. You can charge them appropriately for that to make it worth your while. Before I continue on with the delivery, I just want to show one thing that I think is really important is our pickup ordering. So our pickup ordering, whenever we get an online order or a call-in order for a pickup order, it comes into this pickup ordering queue. So I can see all the customers that have a pickup order that are coming in. I can see what vehicle that they're going to be coming in as. I can see the status of that order. So I can see the status waiting, ready, or fulfilled. So I can actually update it to ready. And that'll actually send a text message to the customer that their order is ready, that they can come into the restaurant to pick it up. Or for them to use a link that they get sent by text message on their phone to say, I've arrived. It'll pop up on the point of sale to indicate the customer's arrived, and then have you run that food out. So I'll actually show you. I'll be in a different order here. And I'll pull up on my phone. I've got a tracking link. When I click I've arrived, it will indicate I've arrived and show a little pop-up on the point of sale so that you can run it out. We can also print off on a printer to let have something tangible to run out to that car with. So you can see on here, pickup orders arrived. I can say, hey, that order's been fulfilled, or I'm not familiar with that order. Let me go to that order and see more details. So I'll mark that one as fulfilled. But you can see we can drive a lot of people to do pickup ordering so that you don't have to pay the same costs to have a driver on your staff and deal with all of that. So one of the things that really drives a lot of profitability is the pickup side. And if you give the customers a good experience for pickup ordering, they're more likely to use that as opposed to sitting around waiting for a delivery driver. All right, give me just one moment. I'll switch over to the delivery side of things. Joe, Jimmy, anything else you want me to cover here?
Well, while you're switching over, the other thing that a lot of people talk about with cloud is the ability to function offline. And that is something that we can do 100% of. This system will work with no ISP. It'll function with no internet at all. Obviously, you won't get your online orders, but this is a local syncing environment and will work. Also, we're all on Apple iPads, and man, we love to keep that Apple-ness to make sure that when you're training and getting things up and running, and you saw it in that point of sale, we kept all that native device, the swipes, the presses, the long touches. It just makes life easy for bringing new people on for you. Dan, why don't you take it back away for delivery?
Great. Yeah. So I have our delivery dispatching on here. So with our delivery dispatching, we have a driver tracking application. So we can actually see where the drivers are using their Android or their iOS phone. And then we've got an iPad application where you can actually, see where the orders are going to. You can see the future orders for any scheduled orders. So you can see this one's for 7 hours and 32 minutes from now. And then you can see where those orders are. A couple of big things on here is, so you can see there's a time estimate. These are the times that you get to choose from the point of sale of how long it's taking to do a delivery, or the same thing for a pickup order. And then you see these are all in red. Red means it's not going through my kitchen yet. So that is a new order. Orange would be being prepared. Yellow is prepared. Green is being delivered. And a teal is scheduled delivery. So just like what we can do, this will follow as things go through the kitchen display system. That'll also work for pickup orders as well. So on the pickup orders, you actually get a status page of where your order is, and you can see that. So I'll just take an order here and I'll assign a driver, or I'll actually take a couple orders. So I'll hit dispatch. I see these two orders are close together and these two orders are close together. So I'll take 2 here, and then I'll assign that to Dan B as my driver. And then I'll actually assign these orders to Dave. So you can see on here, it's actually giving me Dave's not yet back at the store, but I know he's 3 minutes away, so I can actually start assigning orders to him because I know about how long it's going to take for him to get there. So it gives you a visual map representation on there. Well, that one's probably a little bit far away, so I'll actually just go and hit these two and have Dave run these out together. So when we're on here, we can see where the driver is. We can see what orders that they have. You can see, on duty or not, unknown speed. It's only going to show you where the drivers are when they're clocked in. We're not getting too creepy here. So then you can see the status of the drivers, when they're going to be coming back, so that you don't have drivers sitting around waiting for you to dispatch. You actually dispatch them before they even get back. They get back to the store, they know what they need to grab, and they get on their way. On the driver side of things, the driver has an application themselves. And when they get their orders, you can actually see, here's a new job. I hit accept. And now I can see where those orders are. So I can see, all right, here are some orders. One's to 1580 Holcomb Bridge Road. The other one is conveniently as well. I can see what the items are on this order. Hawaiian luau, large deep dish, spinach classic, vegetarian, thin crust build your own. So I'll mark items collected as I confirm that I've got those items. I can see who those customers are that I'm taking those over to. So we've got this one going over to Pablo. We've got this one going over to Amy. And then when I need to get my directions, I actually hit this direction button. And I'll actually pull up Apple Maps, Waze, Google Maps, or whatever app or navigation app that they want to use on their phone. When the items are delivered, I select items delivered, and that will all go through, and it'll update the customer and the dispatcher where everything is. So 134695. Give me just a second. Let me show you what that tracking looks like. Got a lot of screens to bounce around here, so give me a second. All right, so here's what it looks like as a customer. So I'll also get the order statuses on here. I can see where the driver is only once that driver is falling within a specified range, so that I know, okay, that driver's on his way, he'll be here in X many minutes. And then I can see the order on here as well. When I go back to the dispatching screen, I can see, all right, here are the orders that have been accepted. I can see Dan Barlow's already finished one of his deliveries. And then I can see about how long it's going to be until he's back. So I know now, okay, it's going to take Dan 26 minutes, Dave 14 minutes to come back. I know about how long to start quoting delivery times. All right. One of the important pieces here, generating all these orders is having a website to do so. So Revel can offer all these kind of functionalities, and with the driver tracking, with the customer pickup, you name it, either through third-party online ordering, they can just submit the pickup or delivery order type, and then we send out the text message communications of here's where your driver is, track your driver, what's the status of your order pickup. Or you can use a Revel online ordering XT, and you can do it that way. So you can see I've got the same menu items that I've got on the point of sale on here. So I've got to build your own pizza. I can set my logo, I can set the background. You can see when I go on here, I can actually choose, see information about that store. I can choose pickup or delivery. I'll do pickup in this case. You'll see it's as soon as possible, available in 30 minutes. If I want to schedule it for later, I can also do so. And we can choose how large the time slots are, how many orders you can take in a time slot, so you're not getting everyone trying to get a pizza at 7 o'clock. Or we can also do it with delivery. So you can see on here, my delivery estimate is 50 minutes. If I schedule for later, it will only let me schedule for about 50 minutes out, and then it starts the next time slots. So you can see that pickup, I can start ordering for about 3, and delivery, it'll be 3:15. So we've got the ability to help quote what those times are going to be. So I'll do pickup, select to build your own pizza. I'll do an original round. We'll do a large this time. Once I select large, it selects the modifiers for that. And then I can still do all the same customizations, first half, second half. We can have default modifiers and force modifiers as well. Add to the cart. When we go to the cart, very cart-like experience. I can see the items on here. I can still go back and edit and remove it. I can go to checkout. And then from here, I can check out, pay, and schedule the order for my future order. And then we can also, manage the tip and the pickup method. With the pickup method, I can actually select what vehicle type I have. So I've got an Audi car, and that will be white. And then when I submit that order with a tip, you can choose what those tip thresholds are going to be. Then we'll know when that customer is coming up, what kind of car we're expecting them in, and handle it from there. Joe, Jimmy, anything else you want me to cover before we get into the Q&A?
I think you've done very well, as per usual, Dan, at covering everything. Obviously, we can also cover, for everyone on the line here, we can do full table service. We have mobile order takers. We also can handle table service, quick service. So whatever pizza you're selling right now, whether it is pure delivery or a sit-down environment, that's kind of the beauty of Revel, as well, as we had that base before we got into pizza. So we can be a one-stop shop, and that's really what it's going to come down to. Same thing with integrations. If you've been to the International Pizza Expo, we were all there. It's one of those things to where all the vendors, things like that, we're much easier to integrate with. If you have a favorite partner, or if a vendor that you'd like to use, talk to them about us and how well we work together. We've had a lot of good questions, so I'm going to start to answer those right now. I'm actually just going to let Dan answer them. But two things right off the bat. We are iPad only, so we are not going to be working on Android. If you'd like any information on pricing, we would love to talk to you. Go to revelsystems.com. There's a wonderful little website there to fill out and make sure we get you connected with the right person. There's also a phone number to call in as well. That'll allow us to get you correct pricing. Let's start off at the top, though. So we know, Dan, halves is our only thing for pizza, correct? Where we're not doing quarters at this time.
That's correct. Yep.
Okay. Order changing. We do have a KDS. The order status page, that is all bumped directly off the KDS, correct?
Correct.
To make those changes. Perfect. What happens if there's no dispatcher? Can the drivers assign themselves?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. What mapping systems are available again?
Yeah, so we're using Google Maps for it. So that GeoJSON tool that we have that will drive the zones, and then any of the calls that we make to confirm addresses will be on Google Maps. It stays up to date. It's very easy to manage. There's not an additional fee for that mapping, like I've seen elsewhere in the industry.
Will delivery tracking work outside the United States?
Yes.
Perfect. Scheduled delivery zones, can those be changed on the fly or by time of day?
Yeah, so delivery zones can be scheduled out. We have different service fees for those delivery zones. So when you set those up, you can choose date and time ranges on them and when they apply.
Can we do blackout zones?
Yes, we can.
Third-party integrations for DoorDash and Uber Eats.
Yeah, so we've got integration with Grubhub today. DoorDash is something that we should have. We have going into an early adapter program. So, I think one of the goals that we're seeing a lot of restaurants have is it's great to have your own delivery and dispatching tool, but sometimes you just can't have drivers. So we want you to be able to have the ability to hire additional drivers on the spot and as needed on demand. I don't think it's great for anyone to be employed for an hour and a half in a day. So if you've got a period of time that you really want some drivers, that'll help out with that.
We also have integrations with all the aggregators as well, your Otters, your It's a Checkmates, things like that for the time being. Does the system work outside the USA?
It does.
Do you have light extra options for pizza in the works for online, or is it only on the point of sale?
That we'll have to follow up by email. I gotta make
Jake,
sure.
we'll get back to that question, Anya. We've got one more minute. If there's any other questions coming in, we'd love to have them. If not, like I said, please visit revelsystems.com if you have any questions on pricing. If you're in the tech sector, feel free to visit a Revel or Google Revel developer. That'll actually give you access to our API. So if you'd like to see what our hooks are and how accessible we are, all that information is ready for you guys. And it has been a pleasure giving you this presentation. I apologize for flipping through the slides a little quick on the beginning, but I think we got there at the end.
I'll take ownership of that one. I'm still working on my fine motor skills.
Yeah. And I just wanted to make one quick call out. When they asked about it, the iPad only, the driver app and dispatch app both work on Android as well. The Revel POS is exclusively on iPad.
Thank you. That's a good call out. That's a very good call out.
Yeah,
all right, guys,
your
it is
driver
2:30.
doesn't need $1,000 phone to be using the application, and I think that's important for everyone.
It's been a pleasure.